Hey there, where you going? The news of SimFly are coming soon and you're gonna learn about the forum. We have a new airplane and we're gonna answer some interesting questions on the Ask Me Anything. This is an interesting episode of the news coming soon. Hello everybody and welcome to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodici, SimFly spokesperson, and I bring you the news about SimFly every week without missing one shot. Guys, we have several good news. The first of all, we can officialize finally that we opened the forum. We have an amazing forum and now I'm gonna show you how to navigate it. So first, you need to log in into SimFly. Once you log into SimFly, you can go in the menu and click the forum. If you click the forum, you're gonna be brought here, already logged in with your account, you see. This is the default icon your account is gonna have. If you click on it, you can see that you have no notification. If you click on the small person here, you're gonna see all your settings, so you can change. If you go in preferences, you can change your pictures and then emails, etc, etc. So this is important for setting up. You can even put like a background image or whatever you want. So this is to manage your account, and here you're gonna see all the notification, somebody sent you a message, etc, etc, okay? Then the menu on the left is the most important. This one is the same like the menu in SimFly. If you go to missions, it's gonna bring you to missions. But here you have again a repetition of the menu for SimFly. You can hide it by clicking the small icon that there is here. And once you hide it, you can see there are more things. First, the topics. Topics is what people is discussing about. So you press on topics and you see here there is a welcome for you to the forum. And then people discussing about adding planes and helicopters in the category of airplanes. You can see there are suggestions, there are for a milestone, somebody is suggesting a milestone to do, and other things to attract users, etc, etc. So here you can see as well who is talking. You can see how many replies this thing has had, and which is the activities, 14 days the people is discussing, how fresh the topic is. And you can say, well, what I did post. If you already had posts, you can click here and see your posts, but you have not yet activity to show, okay? If you click on more, you can see and go to see all the users that there are, and you see how active each user is. And you know what, you can also send messages, direct messages to the users, which is something interesting. And there are other things. You collect badges as you go ahead. So if you are doing well, if you appreciate people, if you know, whatever you do, you start collecting badges. But let's go to the important things. This is the open ticket for support. Okay, we are transitioning to this system, but the one in the website is the one that is still work. Okay, you can click open ticket here and you see that immediately there is a message that goes to the help desk, and you need to describe your problem here that you have here more in details, what steps to reproduce. If there are issues with a certain flight, you can put the flight reports here, so whatever you want, and then you send a message. I'm gonna close it for now and discard it, but it is open a support ticket. Then there are the categories. You can click on all categories to see them all here. See, announcement is when we announce new things, you know, the weekly new things that happen, etc, etc. General is where people write things that cannot fit anywhere else. Feedbacks, you can do generic feedbacks, feature requests, you know, suggestion about the user experience, as you suggestion about the logic on how SimFly work, missions, milestone fly. You see I have one new message here, suggestion about the forum itself, the wiki, and fans art. There is people doing very cool stuff about SimFly, so you can showcase them here. And then there are the voting section. Here we vote for things, so you can suggest topics people should vote on. If there are new airplanes, for example, you can vote about new airplanes that should be presented. I'm going to show you later how, actually answering to one of the Ask Me Anything questions. New functionalities existing, you don't like something in functionalities existing here, or you want to suggest a new functionality, or the parameterization calculation that you suggest to do in a different way, all goes here. And then I'm gonna show you, for example, let's show you now in new airplanes. If you go in new airplanes, you can see that about the new airplane category, explain to you this, please add the Cessna citation longitude. You like this one, so you go here and then you can vote for this. So this is gonna go up. Kindra asked these things and I voted for it. So practically when I go back to the category new airplane, you see that has 2 votes. So what if you want to suggest an airplane? You go to this category, okay, again, all categories, the voting, new airplanes, and then you can click on new topic. It can be here or here if your screen is bigger. And when you click a new topic, you say which is the airplane that you would like, why, etc., etc., and you create the topic, and then people can vote on it, like we vote on here. Other way, if we collect many requests, there is the poll. So here it says there is the Douglas, with this is the E990, etc., etc. You see that 24 people already voted for which is the airplane that they like more. Say that I like the Boeing 757. I click here, okay, and then I already voted. So this is my vote registered. You see it reloads. And now my vote is done. You see the voter is 25. The result is going to be shown once the voting is closed. So this is one way, and you can discuss underneath, about the topic that there is there. Okay, so let's go back to all categories. You saw the votes, and help desk is for the ticket. And then you want to discuss about user accounts, pilot license, airports, airplane, helicopters, because we start talking about it, the PAX token, the experience point, marketplace. You want to buy a set, sell a set. This we're getting ready for the user marketplace as well. Or if there is, for example, an asset that you want to add in the marketplace suggestion. Here about the clients for Windows, Mac OS. In fact, if you go to the Mac OS clients, you see that there is the instruction for the beta, and you can see the beta, where to download it if you have an Apple computer. See, you can download it here. Here explained very well how to set up the client. More about it. There is a screenshot if you want to share screenshot with others, because Discord is no more there, so you want to share screenshot video. You can even embed YouTube videos, just putting the link. And then if you want to speak in a specific language, there is international. We have Italiano, Spanish, and German. If you want to request a particular language, do it here. So anywhere you want to talk about something, you need simply, when you go in the category, to click in the new topic, and here you can write the title if you want to create some tags and put the content here. Okay, you can expand this to the full window for your convenience. So this is the the forum, and is very basic, it's very simple. There are things that guides you. There is a lot of suggestion functionality. Is the same platform the Microsoft Flight Simulator used for developers, so you will be able to navigate through it well if you already know that one. And and then from here you can go back to SimFly however you want. You have to vote. One very important vote that we have, for example, is about the functionality in parameterization. How long should the shortest flight be? So we have 52 people that already voted. I say that the shortest flight should be, for example, 12 minutes. I say so I click here, and it tells me which is the average that the people voted. and we have 53. We need way more votes in order to get to the point where we're gonna apply it, but this the 15th June is gonna close. So vote for this by going into the forum, all right, and discuss about it as well. There is a lot of discussion if you want to read it that discuss on these topics. So one more time, a lot of topic to discuss about. You can scroll in the topics here, which are the one that you're interested to. You're interested to discuss about multiple accounts, go there. You're interested to discuss about whatever else you see here, and you join your discussion. So a lot of people is already participating, as you see, and if we go to users, we see that there is people that already been looking at this is comparing us to others, but 84 topics that already generated many responses, and this is just in 1 week. So if we go for the full year, for example, there is people that have a very high number of participation. Look at this, what is me. This is my account in SimFly. There is no administrator, but this is me. But you're gonna see that there is a lot of other people that is participating heavily. So be one of those and give a lot of arts to other as well. It's important to appreciate the people helping out. And then if you want people to come visit your airport, for example, then simply always go all categories, goes in the discussion about assets, goes in the airports, and here you can say fly over, discover Spain, beautiful. Then there is this airport information board, is fantastic, it's being organized by Kindra, and there is all the information of all the airports that there are, and people is posting here a lot of interesting material. So as you see, user generated content is fantastic. Look, there are even nice beautiful pictures. And you can participate, so be sure to go to the forum. That's where we organize everything. As you saw when I was showing you the forum, we're voting about the 20-minute minimum flight length in order to earn packs and experience point about the flight. There are several reasons why we're setting this up. Has been the community to bring us to the attention that people were doing bunny flight, taking off at the beginning of the runway and landing at the end of the runway. So we decided, and we also thought that the database are stressed if there is so many data, so many small flights. Plus, airport, they have all their movement consumed by silly small flight. People renting airplane for somebody flying for a minute, the airplane is being blocked for hours. And, that made no sense. So we start thinking, which should be the minimum time for a flight to be valid? But people says, there is people doing lessons they want to learn, so it's correct to make a flight shorter valid. And in fact, what we said, okay, short flights are valid. They are saved between all the list of your flights. They apply to the statistics, so you see also many flights you've done, those are included, but they don't get to the point that they're gonna bother other people like airport owners, airplane owners. So the airplane doesn't see any ground operation but doesn't earn any packs. The airport doesn't get movement consumed but doesn't earn any packs or experience point as well. The license, that get deducted because the pilot is actually flying, but again, there is no revenue. So many people said, 20 minutes is too long, it should be only 2 minutes. 2 minutes is crazy, which is the correct distance that I would not take my bicycle to go to. I have to take an airplane. So, and it's not much of the distance, but also the time flown. You can fly for 3 hours for a touristic reason and land back to the same airport, is valid. It's not that, it's the point of not flying short where it doesn't make sense. So we left it to the votes of people between 20 minutes and 10 minutes, which is the number that people like. You participate to the vote, you have something to participate to the realization of SimFly, so to make SimFly, great again. Okay, we are also closer to deploy the maximum range for each airplane model. There is people that take a Cessna and they can fly on the other side of the ocean. Because the refueling is not allowed in SimFly, but people were doing that anyway, we put a range. If a Cessna can fly by manufacturer information a certain amount of nautical miles, once somebody get over those amount of another 5%, whatever it is, we're gonna put also this to the community votes. It can keep doing his super international flight. Maybe as an airport you want to visit on the other side of the ocean, and that's good. But the flight is considered to have lasted only the amount of mile that the manufacturer says the airplane can do with the fuel tank. So we don't stop people, we are not canceling the flight. We realized at the beginning also with the Sky Sentinel we were too rough. For example, just because you miss for 3 seconds a message, flight is cancelled, that's too bad. We should be more understanding and less drastic in the measure that we take. And we learned this with time, right? So there is no cancellation of flight. You keep doing your flight, you arrive on the other side of the ocean, but the calculation for the experience point, for the packs, for your license, for the airplane, and for both the airport is as if you flew the maximum length that the fuel of that airplane allows by manufacturers data. So we are making a system that seeks the different kind of airplane that people fly, and on based on that is going to apply different things. For unknown airplane, we're going to come out with a different kind of rule that allow to make a flight proper. So if an unknown airplane doesn't want to choose any airplane similar to their own, then it's considered like a test pilot flight. A test pilot flight allows people to fly without license or without airplane. So an unknown airplane is the same thing like having no airplane. If people fly with a model that is similar to another that is in a SimFly catalog, then it would have the option to choose to select an airplane that is similar to the one that he owns, and it has to behave in the same way. So acceleration, turns, and all other things need to match those of the airplane he has chosen. This is what we're working on at the moment, again based on community feedback. So this is something that we want to say about how we are making fair SimFly for everybody. There are many other things that we can address. A lot of people complain about user having multiple accounts. This is something that there is no mathematical code way to address, so it's very hard to enforce. And if we cannot enforce something, we cannot even ask people to do it, right? But we can make it difficult for people to do certain things. So we're working also in that direction for many other aspects, and we appreciate the community understanding. Everything is under discussion in the forum, so go to the forum and discuss. One more time, the behavior in the forum has to be nice, happy. If there is people that is unpleasant, we will be forced to silence them, leave the option to read, because as user of SimFly you have the right to know what's going on and read the content, but we can block people from writing. So go there, be polite, be nice, and be constructive in your comment. You're gonna be part of the community and welcome in the community. We have a new airplane. We are keeping up in delivering you one airplane per week. Oh my god, in a discussion the other day we were even thinking to get to 2 airplanes per week, but maybe we better wait. Let's keep a buffer of airplanes and release 1 new airplane per week. Soon we're gonna follow also the most voted, so we're going to deliver the new airplane based on how people vote for them in the forum. I show you in the forum how to suggest a new airplane and then how to vote for it. There is 1 vote for user, and you need to ask other user to please come and vote. If the forum is gonna tell you that you finished your vote because already voted too many times around, let me know. We can recharge the votes of the users. So participate in the forum, suggest a new airplane, and we're gonna make the airplane as the community wants. But for now, we go ahead with what we had in the queue for ourselves, and the new airplane is the Bombardier CRJ-1000. Again, CR is not Capodici Roberto, I mean something else for sure, Capodici Roberto Jr. CRJ-1000. As usual, is 50% discount for a very short time, and we are coming out every week with something new, so if it's an airplane you like, don't miss the moment and get it. The Bombardier CRJ-1000 is a regional airplane, and is like tight in the body, and is being implemented by the Canadian Bombardier Aerospace. Is the biggest model of the family CRJ. Oh, now we know what it means. Is Canadian regional jet. It's not Capodici Roberto Jr. But I am also the biggest in my family, so that there is an analogy, okay? The CRJ-1000 has been built to transport up to 104 passengers on ranges that are short or medium. Is characterized by high efficiency in consumption and give a good is good to be used operatively. The CRJ-1000 is appreciated by airlines, low-cost airlines, for the capacity of exercise and the capacity to serve secondary airport where maybe runway is slightly shorter and there is less traffic, so low-cost airline can give high revenue by choosing this airport that are more far than the destination you left from. Alright, and now that's it, we move to the Ask Me Anything section. Here we are in the Ask Me Anything section. We have the first question as being asked by Fly with Guido. 30th of May 2025 has 7 votes. Fly with Guido is asking, hello, I'd like you to add some airplanes and helicopters, if possible, in future updates. Here are some models I like. Thanks. Dash Q400, E190, B742, R44, EC135, AW109SP. Wow. Well, Fly with Guido, you know now how to go ask for a new airplane. For those that are looking at only Tizama, go back in the video, we show exactly in the forum how to put the request. One only airplane per topic, don't put more than one airplane per topic, so create multiple topics. If you have multiple airplane you ask for, let people vote for your airplane, and the top 10 will be those that we start then producing. So now, almost like if he made it purposely for you, Fly with Guido, you have a section in the forum when you can propose the new airplane. Only one airplane per topic. Thank you. Question number 2. Question number 2 is being asked by Igor MSK. 11th of May 2025 has 6 votes, and it says, will there be an opportunity to buy a premium membership? It means for cryptocurrency, I mean paying with cryptocurrency. The fact is that the payment by debit or credit cards to other countries are difficult for our country. Yes, I understand. I also live in an area of the world where this can be the case. Strangely enough, sometimes most difficulties from developed countries to use crypto than developing countries that are not yet regulated. But yes, Igor MSK, please contact us. We cannot add crypto to the checkout for premium membership because crypto is not a kind of payment that allows auto renewal, but you can contact us and we can get you only for the yearly, not for the monthly, a yearly subscription, and you can pay with crypto. Just send a message to me directly in the forum or in the SimFly support, or via email, whatever you want. In Telegram, but the best way, go to Telegram, ask. I'm gonna help you guide for setting up the payment, pay with crypto, and get your premium subscription paying with crypto, okay? Then you need to remember when it's expiring 1 year to renew manually because there is no other method. Question number 3. Question number 3 has been asked by Nikostan, May 12, 2025, and has 4 votes. Nikostan says, good morning, good evening. A Category 7 aircraft for intercontinental flight is generally rented by users who make a 1-hour flight. I am not bothered by those who decide to fly for 1 hour only, but I'm bothered because a plane worth $720 is grounded for maintenance for more than 24 hours. It's more convenient to buy 2 Category 6 aircraft for the same price. I think you need to significantly reduce the maintenance hours. Nikostan, I feel the frustration and I understand it. Let me say 2 different things. You can only agree with people to rent the airplane with you for long term, so keep the rental off, discuss in the forum with somebody that you know is going to make a long flight, and then bring the airplane to the airport where this person desired to have the airplane to leave from, and then enable the rental when this person wants to rent it. Most chances he's gonna be able to rent it and fly for long. So in this way you don't have people to even fly for only 20 minutes, which is a pity, but you're gonna have only people flying for long haul with your airplane. At the moment we don't have methods to say rental is valid only if a flight is bigger than or longer than. Probably we can have a method in the future, but at the moment you need to get to somebody. About a strategy, you say more convenient to get 2 6 level and rent them. That's probably a strategy that is worth analyzing. Consider that we bring the high level, like also airport, that cost $100,000 hardly for somebody to buy them in cash, right? These usually are goals that people reach with packs after expanding his full possession. So also airplane of a high level are there because when you have already a float of another 50 airplane, you have some good one that you can manage in a different way. But this is all better of strategy and how people want to work with it. There is another thing. If you collect a lot of PAX token with the airplane, you will be able to then upgrade it. Higher the upgrade of the airplane is, shorter are the ground operations. So when it's just purchased, they're long. But then if it's category 7, you bring it to level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as high you go with the level, shorter and shorter and shorter are the ground operations. So that's another goal and another method you may have. Sometimes people share 60% of the revenue of the airplane only with users that do long flights, so that in this case there is a lot of experience point that you put together in the airplane and you can then upgrade it more faster, and then as soon as it's high level you can do better use for you. It's all a matter of strategy. That's what SimFly is about. Strategy and helping each other in the community between several users. So stay in the forum, chat with other people in the forum, find people that are gonna make good use of your assets, your airplanes in this case, and you're gonna see that you will be able to upgrade them faster and get to a point where it's very convenient to fly it, because even if you fly for shorter time, the ground maintenance are going to be very small. Last question for this week has been asked by Pietro65, the 19th of May 2025, has 4 votes. And Pietro65 asks, hello team, thanks for the amazing job. Thank you, you're welcome. We love when people say thank you for the job we're doing, because we really are working very, very hard. The idea that SimFly develop and sell gadgets as aviator's wing pin for pilot IH level, cadet to captain, can be placed in the marketplace. Do you think it's possible? Well, we thought a lot about these sort of things, Only when you have a license of a certain level, you can access to purchase a certain gadget. And this is cool, exclusivity given by the asset you have, etc, etc. Unfortunately, at the moment, we are working to get a lot of things working and functioning. and we are being accused of making choices, which is absolutely not true, but we're being accused of making choices just to get money, which is the last of the things that we really want. We want to make a SimFly fair for everybody. Like the shift of the license, we made the license that can be purchased in dollars, not because we want dollars, but because we don't want people to hoard the licenses, right? So can you imagine if we put the gadgets for sale at the moment? I'm sure we're gonna sell a lot. Actually, I have some bags that are already full of interesting stuff that we have already done and pre-prepared, from stickers to keychains and stuff. But if we put them for sale at the moment, I am afraid we're gonna go under a lot of criticism. So probably we need to wait a little bit, but this is absolutely something we want to do because people love these sorts of things. And can you imagine, only if you have a capital license you can buy the pin that match your grade of your license. That's pretty cool, and thank you for the suggestion. We wanna work on it. Thank you for watching the video. You learned a lot about the new forum, but we have more new things that we want to share in the next episode of the news. You know that you need to follow us in the different social media. Follow us in YouTube as well. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait to get there. Also, there are a few unhappy users that made a big damage by commenting around the internet bad things about SimFly. If you have time, search, go to different social media. If you see this comment, just reply to them, or just write some nice positive comments about SimFly. This will help us keep up, don't scare new potential users. I think there is not much bad to say. It's just envious people and people that cannot think very well that does this sort of damage, but so much. So be active in social media, support SimFly, register and subscribe to YouTube, and the most important things that I always say, take off and get more.